And I think everything is set up. You're still with me? Excellent. So let's get started. I'm so excited to share these next 5 days with you, coming online for about a half hour every day to give you great content about what is vibration and how can you change your vibration. And the real purpose for me sharing this with you is because I want you to create some change in your life. I don't want you to just have more information. If you're like me and like any of my students, you might know a whole lot of things. You're a smart cookie. There's a lot of stuff that you know you should do, that you could do, that, it's in your dreams to do. But as long as it stays in our head, and that's one vibration, it's in our head, then it won't happen, it won't manifest. And I'm just so sick and tired of having the big dreams, of having, all that knowledge, all that information, going for all the freebies with more information, just consuming information, and yet no change is happening. So this is kind of my fair warning to you. And this is my wish for you, is that as you take in what I am sharing with you this week, that you're actually implementing it. So at the end of every little mini sessions, and they're going to be short but powerful, there's going to be a homework. And I'm going to challenge you to actually do this homework. It's only by doing the homework, by embodying the vibration, that you're going to see the changes and the manifestations in your life. So that's kind of the big goal. The way that this is going to work for the lives is that I'm going to share with you the content first, and then I'm going to take the Q&As. So I'm going to flip back between the people who are here on Zoom. We have Heather and Swati, and the people who are on the live, who I'm not seeing right now because my screen is on the Zoom. And there's also people who are going to join us in, I'm just pressing the record button because I'd forgotten. And there are also people who are going to join us on the replay. So I have special hellos going out to the Netherlands and South Africa and New Zealand and my area, which is the Ottawa region and the Valley of the St. Lawrence. So we're kind of all over the world. How cool is that? That we can change the world 1% at a time, and it starts with ourselves. It starts with our vibe. It starts with what we're embodying. So excited. You might see in the background, my dog is here. One cat was here. He was on my lap just a moment ago. I've been raising the vibes prior to this call. The pets know it, and they're really happy with it. So if you hear the clicks, or you see them in the background, it's just my dog Maya or the cat Pom Pom. They're here with the vibes with us. So let's dive right in. Are you ready? I am. So the reason we're gathering here in this 5-day challenge, and I would love to hear a little bit more about you. Why are you here? What brought you here? So if you can just put a little comment in the Facebook Live, or a comment here in the Zoom Facebook group, like, what brought you here? I told you what my dream is for you. It's really to change, to manifest something, to really master your vibe. But what is special? What really brought you here? What are you ready to manifest, to transform in your life? If you can share that with me, I would really appreciate it. Knowing that sharing, when you put a thought down on paper, it's like your brain telling your heart through your hands, like, this is what I want to do. And you have greater chances of manifesting it. So that's manifesting tip number 1. Write it out, share it with someone. And this is a good forum for that. So you can get started right away by sharing what you want to manifest. So we're also here to learn about vibes. What are vibrations? What is that? So, Swati, yes, it's been an intense Scorpio season, hasn't it though? I love it though, because I'm Scorpio rising. And you've had emotions all over the place, even though you've been conscious of why it's coming up. It's just been a bit much. It has been. This is the season of transformation. Yes, it is no coincidence that I have this this karma stuff and this manifesting the vibe stuff coming into the Scorpio season, because this is the time. So you're right here at the right time. What's at the other end of the tunnel? We don't know it yet, but we're going to manifest that coming soon. So happy you're here. So vibes are everything. Vibes are everything. And this is why I'm saying that, just like Swati shared here on the Zoom, it's been intense in terms of transformation, not just this month, not just this lunation, but the whole freaking year. And not just for me, not just for my clients or my students. I've read the same thing from dozens of women I follow, high transformational leaders, priestesses, people who have, who lead international conferences and ceremonies, and every one of them in their emails coming in lately, they've been saying, oh my goodness, this has been a full month. Everything that I've been trying before in my business doesn't work anymore. The way I try to reach out to people doesn't work anymore. So there's like a huge shift in terms of vibration that's happening outside of us. It's out of our control in a way, because it's really at the higher soul level. And so what we need to do now is to readjust to that new reality, because who we were before in like 2019, because 2019 is almost done. So who we've been up to now cannot be the same as how we're going to show up from here on out, from here on, like from now on. That's what I want to say. So who we've been cannot be the same as how we're going to show up from now on. So that's one thing that we really need to be aware of. So if things are not working in your relationship, things are not working at work, maybe you just feel like changing the way that you look. Maybe it's your hair, maybe it's your wardrobe, maybe it's your communications plan, but I'm sure that if you're here, there's something huge that has shifted and that is continuing to shift. The way that I can describe that the best for me is remembering when I was 12 years old and I was taking swimming classes in the local pool when local pools were still a thing outdoors. Because of course they're not popular anymore because too many risks and there's splash pads everywhere. But back then we had pools in every neighborhood. So I went for my swim classes, and then we had to learn those safety escapes. So if ever you were in a boat and you had to exit the boat in a safe way, and you have to do the snowball. That's how I call it. It's like when you tumble. So you kind of tuck in with your head between your knees and you hold onto your ankles and then you roll into the water. I hated that one because first of all, I had to take my swim glasses without, like I had to go swimming without my glasses, and I can't see a thing without my glasses. So first of all, I couldn't see my environment. And then I had to tumble in the water. It's in the deep end, and then just tumbling and rolling. And then I didn't know where was the bottom, where is the top. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it back to swim up top and get my breath of air again. And it was just, it's terrifying. It's that terror of knowing that you're tumbling, not knowing when it's going to stop, and not knowing where you'll be when the tumbling is done. That's kind of the terror of my swim class. And that's how this year has felt for me. I'm just tumbling and I don't know when I'm going to come back up for air, but I still have that deep faith that this is going to happen. So as this is happening, this unraveling, the thing that really kept me going is that deep faith that yes, I am going to be able to kind of swim back up, get my breath of fresh air, get my direction, and swim to the other side of the pool, right? So that is a transformation. Scorpio is water, by the way. So if you have any fear of water during this transformation, just think of it as swimming and getting to the other end, getting to a place that's safe. So as I'm tumbling in the dark, not seeing anything around me, things become clear in a way though, because that means that everything comes into question. And it's a good thing to question oneself, but sometimes, and we'll get into the mindset because that gets in the way. But I've questioned everything about me, like who I am, how I'm showing up, the mission I have to share in the world. And my mind was telling me about everything like, you suck, I suck, I suck, I suck so much. That was like my main mindset thing. So I constantly had to play with that mindset and realign my vibe and work with my vibe. And that's when everything else is gone, when the business has crumbled, when relationships have crumbled, when finances have crumbled, what is left? The truth of what is left is vibration. Everything is vibration. So that's what we're working on, because that is the core of everything. It's vibration. And I'm sure you know that already because you're here, probably been following me for a while. So you know that you are a soul in a body, but your soul is greater than who you are. So let's get back to the truth of it all. Without all the distractions, it's part of our humanity, but let's get back to the core of it all, which is the vibrations. So there are all kinds of different types of vibrations. And if this resonates with you, that vibration is everything, and vibration is at the core, at the center, at the base of everything. If you can give me some thumbs up or some hearts, I'd appreciate it, just so that know that we're on the same page. So there are different types of vibrations that we can play with. Now, there's a greater vibration of kind of the creation, universe, great spirit that I was talking about in the beginning, that big transition that just took place. We don't have a whole lot of control on that because it's so much higher than our human body and our current human reality. So of course we can meditate and connect with that and have a sense of what's going on. But then we also have to come back to our body and the denser vibrations of humanity, because our goal in this vibration, in this world, is to embody and anchor the new reality onto Earth. So that's kind of a dual role that we have right now, is anchoring that new reality and also changing our own reality. So it is a dual role of this transformation process that we're going through. The vibrations that we can control, that we can tap into, that's what we're going to go into deeper every day this week. So we're going to talk about the 5D, the fifth dimension. So that is a vibration of your soul. That is that alignment when you know at your core, you're totally lit up because you're doing your soul purpose. That's the 5D. The 4D, the fourth dimension, that is your mind and your mindset. And even though it feels like we're not controlling our mind, because we have 99,000 thoughts per second going through our minds, we still have a semblance of control over our mindset and the kind of soundtrack that plays in our mind every day. And it's worked. Just like I was saying a few moments ago, my soundtrack for the past year or so was I suck. So I had to change that soundtrack. So we're going to talk about mindset work on Thursday. So we'll start with the 50 tomorrow on Wednesday, 40 on Thursday. And then the third dimension, that is a dimension of the body, is a dimension of the action. That is the dimension that takes the most work, that is the most challenging, because it's the realm of action. But that is where everything kind of synchronizes. So if you're like all kinds of different locks, once you put the 50 and then the fourth D, and then you put in a 3D, boom, there's alignment. So we're going to talk about that alignment through action on Friday. Then on Saturday, we're going to put everything together, doing a nice little ceremony just really quickly to claim what it is that you are manifesting. So we're kind of do one layer at a time, and then Saturday, everything will come together. this can be such a potent week to finish the Scorpio season and entering into Sagittarius, which is very expansive, um, you taking action. So you'll be set up to really create something beautiful and wonderful for the year ahead. Sounds good? So let's talk a little bit more than today. I know I'm just throwing a whole lot of information at you today. This is the introduction, and I want you to have a good feeling of what's going to happen for the whole week. But today, what I want you to walk away with is knowing that there are 3 vibrations that you have some control over. So that's the 5D, the 4D, and the 3D. The other thing that I want you to walk away with is knowing that you are a divine co-creator. And what does that mean, being a divine co-creator? That means that you are responsible for what you want to manifest, right? And you need to take that radical responsibility over what you want to manifest. What that means is that I'm seeing a whole lot of spiritual people out there waiting for the universe to do something to them, waiting for the universe to give them something. So that just like here, and I'm just waiting for money. I'm waiting for my good. I'm waiting for the right relationship. The universe will show me when. The universe will show me the way. And although that is good in a certain way, because it's being open to spirituality, in another way, it pisses me off like you wouldn't believe, because we are here to embody. We're here as divine co-creators. We're here to, yes, open up to spirit and take action. So that means that for us to be spirit embodied, we need to need something. There's something that you want. There's something that you want to experience. And unfortunately, especially in the spiritual world, we've watered down everything about needing and wanting. And it's become very taboo to want something. It's become very taboo. The first time when I was in university and I went to a Wicca circle, I didn't go to very many because I don't resonate with a lot with some of the things. But I went to the Wicca circle. It was just before I got married. And it was a very small wedding that I was preparing, maybe like 60 guests or so. But I knew that to feed everyone, to have a dance, pay my dress, the musicians at church, whatever, I needed about $10,000. So as we came into circle, we had to note our desires and what do we really want. What was on my mind was, I want $10,000. And people just, all the eyes just turned at me like, and they shamed me because I said, like, this is what I need is $10,000. And it's not just because I want $10,000, but I want everybody to be taken care of on my special day. And I was so shamed about that. And that is something that so many people have in the spiritual world. It's like, you're not allowed to want something unless, oh, it's peace on earth, or it's this or it's that. But how the heck are you going to manifest peace on earth if you don't have the physical means to do it, right? Again, we have to marry what's the physical, what's the higher vibrations with the very physical and the 3D vibrations. So we have to get over that shame of wanting and needing. By the way, the $10,000 manifested. It did, but it wasn't one $10,000 check, but someone picked up the tab for the appetizer. Someone picked up the tab for the singer. Someone picked up the tab for this. And we had some like extra money in gifts. So all together, everything was paid for and I had nothing to worry about. So that's the other thing about manifestation. You need to want something and then release the way that it's going to come to you, right? So you need to want something and release the way that it's going to come to you. So if I said I want a $10,000 check, that would have been totally different. But I said, I just want $10,000 to come my way because I want people to feel really good on that special day. And that happened because it came in so many beautiful ways. So can you feel the difference? You need to want something, you need to desire something, and then allow it to happen. You're cool with that? It does happen. So your homework, I'm looking at the time. I've been talking a whole lot, I know, but your homework for today, and as we work on manifesting through the 5D, the 4D, the 3D this week, the first thing you need to know is, what do you want? What do you desire? Believe it or not, that's like the hardest question for my students and my clients. When I say, what do you want? I say, well, I don't know, maybe this, maybe that, you know, my kids this, my husband that, my parents this, but what do you want? Or even I've had like some clients coming in and, are you comfortable? Do you want another blanket on you for the Reiki session? Would you like cushions under your legs so that your back is more comfortable? Oh, I don't know, whatever. Like, what do you want? How are you more comfortable? So your big thing today is to claim what you want. Do you want a second cup of coffee? Do you want to brush your teeth? Do you want to go for a walk? Just claim what you want. Claim it and really go into that desire, that essence of desire. What is it that you desire for yourself? Is it an amount of money? Is it an amount of outreach in your business? Is it more clarity about your mission in life? What is it that you really, really want? And I want you to drill down into that. And by that, I mean, is it what you really want? Or is it what you think you want? Do you want that just because your mom would approve of it, or because society would approve of it, or because you've read in a certain book that this was a good thing to want, so you're going to want that too? Question your desire. And then, just like that snowball going into the water, let everything else slide away. Like, do I really want this? Do I really want this? Is this what I really want? Like, keep questioning it. Allow things to fall away that are not yours. And then by the end of today, just be sure in your desire, yes, this is what I really want. This is what I really want. And don't shame yourself for it, however outrageous that it might feel. If the desire scares the pants off of you, that's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. It's because it's something that your soul wants, but you've been denying yourself. Okay, so does that make sense? So that's your homework today, the essence of desire. Now, once this video has processed, I'm going to send it in the email. So if you're not on my email list, make sure to be on my email list, because I'm going to be adding information in the email, and I'll be adding a handout so that you have more questions to journal, so that you can go into your desire. Sounds good? So just to kind of recap what we did today, it's the introduction. I know I put a whole lot of information your way, but what I want you to walk away with is vibrations are everything. And you have control over mostly 3 vibrations. So the 5D, which is your soul, and your choice, always choosing to be in alignment with your soul. And the second is the 4D, so the 4th dimensional alignment, which is your mindset and choosing your mindset. And then the 3rd dimension, which is the embodiment and the action. But to put all these cogs in motion, what you need first is the essence of your desire. And that's where you're going to dig into today. How are you resonating with all of this information? Put a comment here on the Zoom if you're on Zoom. And if you want to unmute yourself, you can also unmute yourself and speak. I'm just going to go on to Facebook for just a moment to see if there are any comments there. I might take a second to switch screens. No, I'm not seeing it there. I'll get the hang of that double posting between Zoom and Facebook at some time, I promise. So Swati says it makes sense. I'm glad it does. So I'm so happy you're here. Keep posting your comments on the Facebook page or send me some emails. And that's going to help me tailor the messages that we're going to have tomorrow even more to you. I'll be answering the questions on the Facebook page coming up. So remember your homework. What do you want as a soul? And there's going to be some additional questions on that I'm going to send by email. So make sure that you're on my email list so that you receive those questions. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take a nice deep breath. Remember to stay hydrated. That helps the vibes. And we'll see you soon. All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, Swati, did you want to say something?
No, I was just saying thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Me too.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.